the rotation creates in and up of the club head. So if I keep my arms quiet and I rotate, okay, so notice I'm just rotating my shoulders. I feel like my hands and arms are staying quiet, okay? Then that club, when it gets to approximate waist level, it's gonna be somewhere around my toe line, okay? That would be like my optimal position.
Wow.
Some people hit it better in, some, you know, you see a lot of tour players that get the club like this. You know, some get it back, they close the face, open the face, etc. So this isn't a given, but you know, from my eye, I want that model, okay? So that is done with limited to zero hand action, wrist, and so forth. Okay, so depth. So you're talking about hand depth, right? So one way to think about that is the point where the hands are to the right ear, at the top of the backswing. Okay, the further away the hands are, that would be deeper. The closer they are, that would be narrower or less depth, right?
Yes.
And typically, when they get closer, they also get higher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when they get further back, they typically start lowering in some spot when it's overdone. Make sense? So this would be like an optimal quarter of the way or waist level backswing position. Okay, so it's here. We want depth from this point forward. Okay, of the backswing. So when I add rotation, I feel like I rotate and I hinge the trail elbow. Okay, the trail elbow is going to cause the club to go up. The rotation is going to cause it to go back. So I'm getting my depth by combining both of those. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm turning and I'm hinging or lifting. Okay, and there's an optimal spot, you know, depending on the person's, you know, arm length, you know, height, etc. That are, you know, gals tend to be able to go higher. Guys tend to go around a little bit more. I mean, that's just a built thing. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, yes.
You're
Can I ask you
getting
a question
deep.
about position one there. That position one. Can your arms both be straight out? Is it
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. So
That's
yes. I mean, they're fairly quiet.
Okay. Can your right arm be even straighter though, or not?
Sure.
I mean, like, okay, that's okay though, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it depends on the players. You know, some players they'll hinge the trail elbow on the way down.
Right.
I would say the majority probably do it before they get, you know, as they're getting to the top or before they get to the top.
Thanks.
But you see a lot of players that download, you know, that will load the trail arm on the downswing. I think that's what you're asking, correct?
Yeah.
And if somebody shows up and they're, you know, I may have a preference, but if somebody's hitting the ball well and they've run that pattern, you know, for a while, I'm probably not going to change it.
I think you try to go, when you go to position one, you have a little straighter arms, don't you typically? Okay.
All right, does that make sense?
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Okay.
I
So
agree.
you're getting your depth with your hands. See how my hands are like sucking in and getting here. And I think that's where you start falling into the dark side, because then now it's, you know, too much, too little. You've got good hands, so you kind of figure it out. But that's why I kind of cringed a little bit, right? You get here and then the hands go up this way, then you on some of the swings, you know, it's almost like you catch yourself at the top and you say, oh, I don't have any depth, and you throw them back out, right? So there's just a lot of sort of little winds and turns in the backswing with the hands that just mess everything up, right? I mean, you'll all of a sudden you're hitting the ball decent, and all of a sudden there's a fatal shot, right? It goes dead right, 50 yards. Make sense?
Yeah.
So it's here, you know, it's just blending the rotation and the elevation.